Okay, my peoples. This video is about the Affidavit of Denial of Corporate Existence. It's also not known as the Affidavit of Corporate Denial. Let's bring up the document. Now, what is the Affidavit of Corporate Denial or Denial of Corporate Existence? What it basically is what it says it is. It's a denial of corporate existence. You are assumed and presumed to be a corporation. That is why all of your documents have your name in all capital letters. If you get a parking ticket, moving violation, you get child support summons, etc., they are issuing that to the all caps name. Pursuant to the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure 9A. Now, the negative averment, or let's pull up the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure. You should be pulling this up on your own. Okay, we're going to use Cornell Law, and we're going to back up, show you that this is the actual Federal Rules of Civil Procedure, and there's several titles, but we're going down to rule number 9, which is under Title 3, I believe. Yep, Title 3, pleadings and motions. So rule number 9 in the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure states: A, capacity or authority to sue, legal existence. In general, except when required to show that the court has jurisdiction, a pleading need not allege A, party's capacity to sue or be sued, B, a party's authority to sue or be sued in a representative capacity, or C, the legal existence of an organized association of persons that is made a party. Raising those issues, to raise any of those issues, a party must do so by specific denial, which must state any supporting facts that are particularly within the party's knowledge. So read this rule. Be familiar with this rule. It's the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure. All right, so let's close that up, and we're going to start at that point 1 again. Affiant hereby denies that the following corporations exist, and their capacity to sue or be sued is challenged by negative averment pursuant to FRCP 9A. The United States, aka United States of America, the State of Brooklyn, the County of Kings, NYSDCSS, that's the New York State Department of Social Services, New York Child Support Enforcement, all bar associations, United States District Court. Now, I did this for a reason. I put these particular entities in here for a reason. This document, the Affidavit of Denial of Corporate Existence, can be used for parking tickets, moving violations, child support. You have a tax issue, they're trying to bring you into court. Anything where administrative court, civil court, criminal court is involved, this should be used. In my opinion, and I'm not giving legal advice, in my opinion, if this is not in most people's paperwork when they're fighting criminal and civil matters, this is part of the reason why they are not winning. And the lawyers or attorneys know this, and why they're not putting these in the case, because they pledge allegiance to the bar. They are not really on your side. They get, I'm not gonna go there. Anyway, it is in your best interest to not, what's the word I'm looking for? To not represent yourself in court. You're going to go in court and be yourself. When you go into their public forums, their stage plays, and you act like yourself, or you represent yourself, you're doing a Medea. Tyler Perry is going in there as Medea and is going in there as the uncle in court. And that's exactly what you look like, a damn fool. You want to go in there as yourself and assert yourself as yourself. So he who represents himself has a fool as a client, as they say. And it's a reason why they say that. But moving right along. All other corporate members who are or may be sued or may be associated with any complaints against my natural body. So that is that first section. Now, when you present an affidavit, the affidavit must be rebutted point by point. There is, I believe, there's 13 points on this affidavit, which you can make it 4 points. You don't have to make it as extensive as the one you see here. But whoever you give this to would have to answer this point by point by point. Now, I'm not going to go through each point. I'll scroll up so you can see the entire document. But you need to create one of these, and you need to present one of these to anybody that may try to come up against you or make a claim against you. Okay? Actually, a claim against your person, against your intelligence, against your straw man. Look these terms up in a legal dictionary. I'm not just spitting them out there. I'm putting them out there for a reason. Let's go to number 2. One Bud-Brownsville has no contract with the county, state, or federal governments, which gives equity jurisdiction to the courts, and has no bank accounts and no credit cards. Now, this is not particularly true. Well, it is true in this statement because Bud-Brownsville does not have a bank account and no credit cards. But if you do have bank account and credit cards, you wouldn't put this in there because, again, you're going to sign this. Well, this one doesn't have a jurat, but affidavits must be signed in front of a notary unless you sign it under the penalty of perjury. When you sign under the penalty of perjury, the document does not have to be notarized. If you notarize it, it does not have to state penalty of perjury. All right, I hope you get that. Now, you want to get this notarized, and you want to present this to those that are trying to come up against you. But the information that you put into these documents have to be truthful. Otherwise, you could be held for perjury. All right. So when it says here that Bud-Brownsville has no contract with the county, he doesn't. That person doesn't. Doesn't have any bank accounts, doesn't have any credit cards. Go to 3. One, Bud-Brownsville has signed no international maritime agreement with the state of Brooklyn or federal governments, either intentionally, willingly, knowingly, which would give admiralty or vice admiralty jurisdiction to the courts of either the county, state, or federal governments, and does not voluntarily submit to any of those jurisdictions. All right. So you get an idea of what's going on here. And this is very good to present into your case or to present to those that are seeking to take some money out of your pockets. All right. This is the Affidavit of Denial of Corporate Existence. It's other documents out there. It's the Affidavit of Corporate Denial. Same thing, same purpose. All right. So get familiar with this form. Use this form. Present this form. And as a matter of advice, if you get one of these notarized and you make it a generic, whereas you're not pinpointing a certain corporation, and even if you do pinpoint, you can still use this document. Time matters. If you made this document 3 years ago and the facts still remain the same, it looks good in your behalf as opposed to one that was notarized a day before court. It doesn't matter, to be honest, but time frame matters. And that's all. That's all I'm giving today. That's all I'm presenting. I hope you digest what I gave you and you use it for your edification and it helps you in your endeavors. This has been Bud-Brownsville, and you can catch me on YouTube. You can catch me on Instagram, Facebook. Email is webmaster